We want to talk with you about the books that feed your imagination and the vices that spark your soul.
We drink, we curse, we read things. Come sit by us. Expect no judgment, just good times.
Welcome to Paper and Vices. Books reviewed, vices indulged.
Mature content warning.
I am Victoria Papers.
And I am Lee Vices.
Dude, I should have waited until after I got in the shower to have my gummy.
Is it starting to kick in?
Yeah, and it's a very little THC, but it's mostly that it just chills me out enough that I get stupid. I took like an 800 dose of Advil earlier today, which is a therapeutic dose. Yeah, that's like, yeah. And it was not helpful after 4 hours, like the minimum time apart you can take them. And I was like, well, fuck that noise. So then I skipped everything for a period. And now I am on, there's a word that starts with M, magnesium. I had magnesium water and a CBD gummy, and I smell like an old lady, but it's USDA organic arnica menthol old lady balm. Stuff is actually pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I usually keep it in my sewing kit because when I've decided I'm gonna sew for like 6 hours, everything hurts.
Yeah.
And rum is natural.
It is. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to put your liver through some things, I feel like crack and rum is probably more fun than 800 milligrams of Advil.
Yeah. So this is like the third time we've tried to go down to Disney. No, fourth, fifth. Since the pandemic started. We were going to go for a week in January. We ended up canceling that because, you know, you live in Florida. You know what it was like in January.
Yep.
Turns out that my shitty family of origin was down there anyway. And I can see them in public and just ignore them and be like, dear God, my brother's so ugly. Please don't let us look alike.
You guys look nothing alike.
It's like you can see the homophobia and racism just in his jowls. It's not cool. One of my husband's closest friends and close friend's husband are Disney gays. And so I may have drunkenly, loudly blurted out at one point, I guess God wanted our child to have her first visit to Disney with her gay nod uncles instead of my family.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean,
nope.
There's that.
No. God, could you imagine? Like, I've done it a million times, but could you imagine going to an amusement park with my narcissistic mother?
No, that sounds like you'd be focusing a lot on like managing her and not having a good time. So.
I distinctly remember, it's funny because I had this thing when we were first planning these trips, like the first 18 times, that I wanted to go do the things with my daughter that we had done at Disney when I was a kid because they were some of my best memories. And now, like, I totally got over that, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna go do our own thing, and maybe specifically not eat at that restaurant. I ate at it all the time when I was a kid. We're gonna eat at the place with the $15 Neil Patrick Harris designed margaritas because, yeah.
Yes. Huh.
And yeah, if I'm gonna fucking go to Epcot, I'm gonna get fancy ass tacos.
Yes.
I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know, I remember being her age and being excited about being in Disney World and being like, I want to go on this and I want to go on that, and having my grown ass father look at me and say, you got to pick one thing. Now it's everybody else's turn. We didn't come to Disney World for you. Like, bitch, really?
Yeah, I'm giving a look. I wish like we could like put a look.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Like, okay,
what?
Here's the thing. My goals for a trip to the Magic Kingdom are to ride Haunted Mansion, and that's the whole thing. The way you play this is not to tell your child, suck it up, you're gonna get on Haunted Mansion because it's mommy's favorite, you fucking deal with it. It's not about you at the happiest place on earth built for children and dinks. You get them excited to ride Haunted Mansion. Like, I have been planting these seeds in her little brain for a year plus. So when she sees the Haunted Mansion, she's gonna be like, let's go, it's scary. And I'm gonna be like, hell yeah. It's not, but yeah. Yeah. So hopefully we're coming down to do that.
Yes.
And there is no chance in fuck that this episode is going to stay on track right now, but that's okay.
We can salvage it. We can do it.
I have Haunted Mansion Disney ears.
You have Haunted Mansion what?
Mickey ears to go with my Haunted Mansion dress to wear to the Magic Kingdom to go on Haunted Mansion.
I am so excited to see this outfit. You'll have to
You've
send
seen
pictures.
the dress. I wore the dress when we went to the Biltmore.
Oh, okay, cool. And what do the ears look like? Do they have like creepy lace or?
I think they have lace. They're, you know, the purple Haunted Mansion wallpaper?
Not really. I'm sure if I saw it, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But I don't know.
I'll send you a picture tomorrow when I remember randomly at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But they have a Haunted Mansion wallpaper, and they've got like the Madame Leota in the crystal ball. I'm putting my fingers on my head where the bow on the ears would be. I don't know why. She's the center of the bow, and there's like safety pins and shit on it.
That is exciting.
It is
very
exciting.
Cool.
And then I ordered the child has a pair of Mickey ears for each day and each park we're going to.
Aww.
And a matching t-shirt. She's got like a whole outfit going on. She doesn't even know.
That's awesome.
So does my husband. He has outfits. Everybody has outfits planned.
Yes. I mean, you've been planning it for a while. You have to have outfits.
I have no idea how the Disney Genie ride shit works because that stuff's terrifying. But not Uncle can handle that. I'm just going to be like, here's our Disney names. You do that shit. And he's already said he's fine with it. So, yeah. I'm going to go get spooky and
take Gummies with you.
Yeah. I talked to people about Gummies and pre-gaming. So, okay, the way this ties into Advil, I remember now. Trying to decide because I do have a liver and I would like to keep it.
Yes.
So in the last 2 concerts we've gone to together, we have absolutely pre-gamed with the Advil. And then we just had like 1 beer at the concert. You didn't even have a beer at 5 Iron because you were pregnant.
Yeah.
But we pre-gamed with Advil and I had 1 drink. So yeah, if you're going to be walking around an amusement park in Florida in like April, May, or June, you're going to pre-game painkillers. But I'm trying to decide if I want to pre-game painkillers or if I just want to have gummies and a little tiny travel tin of my old lady smell and just drink my way through Disney. Like
that, yeah.
Like the one would make me sleepier and more mellow, but I would also be a lot less anxious. And you know, I have no illusions that we're going to do everything in the Magic Kingdom in one day. Like, fuck that noise. We're going to do Fantasyland and buy an overpriced Starbucks tumbler at the Starbucks on Main Street. And my child's probably going to cry for a $10 balloon that will pop in 20 minutes. It's fine.
Yep.
It's the Disney experience. I am really excited to go to Epcot though, because it's going to be the Flower and Garden Festival. Yes. And I don't know if you've noticed this in the almost 2 decades we've known each other. I am a bit of a plant bitch. Yep. So I was just done walking around at the Biltmore. I just sat next to the rosemary and petted it for a little while because I was so happy. Yep. And that's where they found me. And they were like, don't you want to go inside? And I was like, not really. This is happy. This is good. It's fine. So yeah, I think I'm testing is what I'm doing. I'm deciding if I want to opt natural or feel shitty from the NSAID salts. And I think the answer is don't pay attention to what mommy says while she's at Disney World. It's fine.
Yep. It's totally cool. We went down to Tampa this week for like a Lego thing. And we have season passes to Busch Gardens and SeaWorld. So we're like, well, we're in Tampa anyway. We should go to Busch Gardens. And I actually I stood in line for like an hour to ride this ride while my husband was with the kids and eating giraffe-shaped pretzels.
I want a giraffe-shaped pretzel.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, we ate his butt. And I'm like, oh my God, you would say that.
That's going to be really different in 2 decades, honey. Don't say that.
But anyway, the point being is I was slightly high while I was standing in the line, and like I actually mapped out like major plot points to a book that I'm writing.
Yes.
And then I got to the front of the line. I got to you know how they have like the folding metal gates that keeps you from, doing something stupid like charging into like the moving ride or some shit. I don't know. And then they shut the ride down because it was too windy. And then yeah,
So you
anyway.
stood in line to figure out your plot is what happened. Please,
that's what happened.
Please tell me you took or sent yourself notes on your phone.
I have them written down already. I didn't have my phone with me, which was part of the problem.
Okay.
Because, like, they always tell you, like, you're not supposed to have, people do all the time. But, I don't like to have my cell phone in my pocket because I would be
People
very sad.
People also lose their phones all the time.
Yeah,
I bought myself a park bag for when we come down because this needs to be cut because we're going to spend a day at the Science Center and we're going to Disney. I got one of those, like, one sling sack root bags that you can either put on one shoulder or you can just clip around you, and it's shaped kind of like a teardrop, and it's black with a black pattern. It's really pretty.
Nice.
And it's probably gonna be my playground bag for the next year or two because I have that really beautiful handmade sugar skull bag my husband got me for birth anniversary. I don't remember, one of the November thing. Could have been Great Pumpkin for all the fuck I know. He did a good, and it was that, but I don't want to take that to the playground or Disney World, so.
Yeah. Special, yeah. You're good. Yeah.
So anyway, new purse. Disney World and Woohoo! So, yeah, people lose their phones and shit all the time.
All the time. So, yeah. I don't know. So I could have stayed and waited them to open the ride. But I was like, I had been there for so long, and I was like, all right, like, I'm also here to be with my family, and I'm not going to just stand in line by myself.
They had already eaten the butt without you.
They ate the butt without me. They saved me a leg. I was like, okay. But anyway, so, yay. Don't be surprised when you get here. Like, the great thing about Florida is that not only are there not many rules, nobody follows them. So I feel like Gummies would be good for general major crowds post.
Yes. Dear Uncanna, A, we love you. Yes. B, you have been out of Gummies for like 2 months. Please. Oh, I understand that there's like a global panini and stuff, but Mommy needs her herbal candy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can actually teach you how to make them when you're down here. The Gummies.
That sounds both dangerous and promising. I was talking to someone a couple weeks ago and I was like, if the world does go to anarchy, we should just open an opium den. I can grow poppies. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Not that I would do that. I would totally not do that. And I would certainly never, ever, ever do that and pay an Oscar Wilde impersonator to be there every Friday and Saturday night.
Fuck
never. Wouldn't do it.
No.
Especially not with, imported floral teas and tuft made out of green velvet that looks like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. That's never a goal I would have in life. To do
never.
But only if there's anarchy, because it's very, very illegal to have an opium den.
It is.
Well, only if there's anarchy or once my kid is 18. Because, seriously, that's the biggest about doing illegal stuff is shit that could take your kid. Well, then, no. I will be a straight-laced, boring suburbanite for 18 years because that shit is not going to happen. But after that,
Paper and Vice's Opium Den coming to you in 11 years now.
Maybe let's not put it under the LLC.
Maybe not.
Maybe
good
not.
Point. Good point.
That was a good way to get audited. Also, it would just be called masses.
Masses?
Like the opiate of the masses.
Oh.
But just,
yeah. Gotcha.
Either that.
I was like, what?
Either that or Dorian's Parlor. I'm good with either.
Ooh.
Right?
You could have sister dens.
One
on the East Coast, one on the West Coast.
Yes.
That's probably fine. Oh, we should probably talk about books. What are you reading?
There's this author I really like named C.M. Nascosta. I think I'm saying that correct. C.M.Nascosta. And she writes hilarious fucking monster romance stories. And it's like, there's a lot of them, but it's another one of these series where it's like this quaint little town where women fuck monsters. Because it's a trope, and it's a trope for a reason.
Yep.
Kristen Painter does a relatively clean version in a town called Halloween, and CM Niscosta does a not clean version in a town called Cambric Creek. And so she has a bunch of them. And what I like is that she has this one series called Girls Weekend, and the girls are all monsters too. Some of them are fae and this and that and the other.
Ooh.
And one of them gets together with an orc who's an investment banker and lives in an apartment in the city. Like, you know, they're not defined by their species, which is appreciated. But it's some of the stuff is just hilarious. Like, she has one called Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just send you the link later. I'm not gonna... Yeah, it's what you're thinking, and worse.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so fucking funny. Minotaurs are involved.
God, no.
So... But the thing is, you can tell she writes other shit professionally, and this is just her side gig, because her prose is really good, and it reads like, I got drunk and was looking at the Bad Dragon website, and this happened. Like, I'm naturally talented with the words. I'm experienced. And this is what happened. And she has one. It's a short story. She has a bunch of shit coming out soon, which is really exciting. She has a short story called The Mabon Feast, which is about a witch who was taken out of her, or removed from her coven because she wouldn't do some dumb shit. Some evil dumb shit to stay in the coven. To clarify, the coven is full of bitches, not our witch. She rents out the attic in her old crumbling Victorian mansion to this half man, half arachnid monster. Like, if it was a centaur, but a spider. Which, centaurs aren't sexy. They're terrifying and rapey. But a spider centaur, I'm listening now.
There's more arms and legs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has like 2 sets of human arms, and then also all the legs. Right. And so things happen, and then they mate, and he uses webbing in very creative ways. And so it was just like, you know, a very short, cute story with a sex at the end. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the cover is really awesome. Her covers have several different styles, but the cover of this one is absolutely my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what I read this week. Be proud of me. I have not reread any Alona Andrews books since December.
Wow.
The next one doesn't come out until August, and then I'm going to go on a binge. So
yeah, right around June or July, we'll there'll be lots of.
It'll be like, oh hey, have I talked about this series for the 85th time yet?
Just 82nd. We're good. You have a few.
Cool.
More.
Keep going. It's not Kate Daniels this year. It's not a Kate Daniels year, so it's fine. What are you reading?
I've got like an hour and a half left of the audiobook for Hounded, which is the Druid series that I'm reading by Kevin Hearn.
Oh, yeah. How is it so far?
Yes. I love it. You know what's really cool about it is that it has, you know, your standard magic elements. It's really cool, but the side characters are hilarious. And they just add so much quirk and personality to it. So, like, there's, like,
I love me a good side character.
Yeah, and, like, he's got a lot of them in here. Like, there's, like, one of the characters is his dog, and he can talk to his dog, like, telepathically. And then he's got 2 lawyers, one that works during the day and one at night. And the one at night is a vampire, and the one during the day is a werewolf.
Obviously.
Obviously. So... it's just very, and then they talk about this one pantheon that he's, you know, like, I don't know, it's interesting because, like, as a druid, he talks about, you know, worshiping and having conversations with the gods in this pantheon, but then, like, he's lived for so many years, like, pre-Christianity and pre-Christ and pre a lot of things, and, you know, he'll make mention about, like, different belief systems, and I don't know, which kind of just adds like a level of credibility to the magic system that I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good. I really like it. It's, I don't know, humorous, magical. I don't know. I'm excited. So
It's good, and it's the first in a series?
yes, I don't know how many books, but
Nice.
there's quite a few, I think. So, and I told my dad that which is, he's the one that told me about it. So I told him that I was going through it, and he's like, "Oh, is he still in Arizona?" And I was like, yeah." And so I guess apparently, like at some point he leaves. So now I'm just,
Ooh. I mean, I
and
would leave
he's
Arizona too.
right. He started talking to this barmaid who, and this is a spoiler, I guess. The barmaid actually has a witch living inside of her brain. And so, like, and this is how, like, the plot is continuing to, like, thicken and
Like a
develop.
tiny witch that lives inside of her brain, or like she's sharing her body with the soul of a witch.
Sharing her body with the soul of a witch is more of what I interpreted it as, but they talk about, the witch living in her head. So I guess the
Ah.
witch was inside of this particular crystal, and then this other witch coven stole it, and then she left the crystal and went into this barmaid that lives underneath the coven of witches, and now barmaid is wanting to become a druid, and I guess he's the last one. Like there's no other druids. So he's like thinking about taking
There's
her
a
on as an apprentice.
there's a
So
great place there for would you like a little druid in you joke that I hope they make at some point.
hopefully. We'll
So
see.
wait, is it just a straight-laced maybe a apprentice and master deal, or is it like maybe an apprentice and master and some awkward flirting?
I don't know yet. Like this is kind of
Oh,
where I'm
okay.
at in the book as far as like he's kind of flirted with her a little bit. And he's just made this, like, he's in the process of making this deal on, like, or figuring out if he wants to take her on as an apprentice or not. So we'll see. He did sleep with one of the goddesses in his pantheon.
I mean, if you had the chance.
I mean, of
I'm
course.
not even gay, but if I worshipped a goddess and she was like, hey, I'd be like, all right, get the room.
But yeah, it's cool. There's also one of my favorite side characters so far is actually this like old lady that sits on her porch and just drinks whiskey all day.
Hell yeah. His
Yeah.
life
And
goals.
she sees him kill some guy. And like of course it's a bad guy, but because of glamour and everything, she can't tell, that it's a monster or whatever. And so he tells her like it's okay he was British. Or English. I don't remember. Like I know there's a distinction, but I can't remember which one they use in the book. And she's like,
Okay.
"It's okay." Like all of a sudden, it was okay that he just murdered someone on her lawn because he
I
told her.
mean, mm, I,
Yeah.
it's not that I can't think of anything to say. It's I'm trying really hard not to say the things I'm thinking.
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it
We'll leave
there.
it there. Oh, you know what exciting, not at all related to this shit thing happened to me this week?
What's that?
Something I never thought would happen. I got tickets to see My Fucking Chemical Romance.
Yay!
I am very excited. Three of my three closest female friends up here are going. We might have another person going, or we might have an extra ticket, but like even though they're not super great seats, because the super great seats were $268 motherfucking dollars.
Yeah. Yep.
And here's the thing. Even if we had all had the money to do that, I am of an age where I go to hear them perform live, not to count the sweat droplets on their upper lip while they're performing. I saw AFI live once. I was close enough that I could have gotten Davey Havoc's sweat on me. It was a surreal experience. I'm good. Like, I literally, like, I want to hear them live very, very badly because they're good live, and also because I'm an elder millennial and it's My Fucking Chemical Romance. But also, I'm pretty sure our seats are closer to the bathrooms. So, hey.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, but
This is
true.
good planning.
Yeah. And, like, I didn't think it would, but just, like, getting my chem tickets messaging a couple of my friends within 24 hours, and I messaged you, and it wasn't a weekend that worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. I am big enough to go to concerts without you. But just like ordering tickets to see one of my favorite bands just did like so much for my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's so fucking nice to be married to somebody that like, okay, I didn't ask him if I could get tickets. We had just gotten our tax return and I was like, my chem released tour dates, tickets go on sale tomorrow. And he just assumed I was going to buy some. Like there wasn't
there's no question.
Yeah, and he didn't like make a shit about it, and he knows that like right now we're waiting for people to pay us back, and it's not like a huge deal, but like first of all, it's really nice to be in a place where it's affordable and like you can be the one that's like, I'm gonna sit in line and buy the tickets and you pay me back whenever.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But also to just be married to someone who's like, why would you not get tickets to go see your favorite band? If you go see this band, you will have seen both of your favorite bands within 3 years. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I might buy a t-shirt at that show.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. That's really fucking exciting.
Yes,
I like how you're reading the very... I mean, this isn't surprising, but I like how you're reading the very serious, involved, well-written, complex fantasy novel, and I'm like, this monster dick prose is really good. You should read it. And yes, Morning Glory Milking Farm is exactly what it sounds like, and it's funny. I think we've hit our limit.
I think we have. Do you want to? Is My Chemical Romance tickets your vice for the week, or you got another one?
Yeah, that's my vice for this week. I had written down something else, but I'm not nearly as excited about it as I am about my chem.
No.
I mean,
no.
And I don't think the Arnica Menthol Magic Balm is technically a vice. I think that's just a, woohoo, I'm old accessory. Like, in my 20s, if I had been like a toy doll, I would have come with paintbrushes and a pair of headphones and a book, not a Kindle, a Neil Gaiman paperback, and a large coffee. And now I would come with noise-canceling headphones, a large coffee, a Kindle, and a jar of Advil, Gummies, or old people balm.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You can find us online everywhere at Paper and Vices, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can email us, victoria@paperandvices.com or lee@paperandvices.com. We do have a Patreon where we post clips and outtakes, and starting probably over the summer is my guess, even though we take a summer break. We're going to try to drunkenly review a single book every month.
Yes.
And do our long format podcasts again, and that's going to be a good time. And I already know we have the first 2 planned, and then I think it's probably Lee's turn to choose one, but at some point I'm going to make her read the fucking one of the Amish Christian romance novels. It's just like makes being Amish seem so romantic and beautiful, and so we're gonna do that. You can get sparkly pins and stickers there now.
In the meantime, don't be an asshole, smoke a joint, and take care of yourself.
This has been a production of Paper and Vices, LLC. Copyright 2022. This episode is presented for entertainment purposes only, and any vice should only be pursued within the legal boundaries, common sense, and personal responsibility of each person. Please check your local laws and do not engage in any form of bitchassery. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individual hosts and guests only, and do not in any way represent the views of Paper and Vices, LLC, nor any named persons, nor should they be considered personal, medical, or legal advice. Previous episodes and other commentary can be found at paperandvices.com and patreon.com/paperandvices.